Hey everyone, it is the AFL Yank back here again doing another AFL tipping video. So yeah, I'm going to be doing my tips for round 18. We are going to do a quick look back on round 17 just a sec. But yeah, this past round I ended up getting 4 out of 9 tips right. But yeah, I'm going to do this quick. But yeah, I tipped Port to win at Adelaide Oval, and they still can't beat teams above them as they lose by 31 points to the D's. The D's have a very convincing win. Then, at Marvel Stadium, Essendon, one of the only few tips I've gotten correct this round, Essendon destroyed the Adelaide Crows. The Crows end up now achieving their lowest score to date, and their lowest score since 2011. But yeah, Essendon, they could definitely make a run for finals. They're definitely in the hunt for it as of right now. Then the Hawks get destroyed by Freo on their second home turf in Tasmania. The Hawks have just been an absolute mess this season, and I feel like they might win the wooden spoon if North keep up the energy they did. They've performed this round. Because I'm not gonna lie, North did really well against West Coast. But yeah. Then tipped Geelong to beat Carlton. They got the job done, although it was a very ugly game early on. The Cats were able to get the job done. Then here's the games that I was pretty convinced of happening, but didn't. But yeah, the Brisbane Lions end up losing to St. Kilda at Metricon. The Saints have been in really good form as of late, and I feel like they could potentially make a run for finals. They're an on and off side, but when they're good, they are good. And I feel like it could happen. But yeah. Then, GWS versus Gold Coast. The Suns get a shocking 1-point win over the Giants at Mars Stadium. A very good win for the Suns. Definitely a side on the up. They could potentially make a run too, but it's going to be pretty hard. Then, the win that I am the most thankful of happening is, of course, Sydney beating the Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. I know a lot of people tipped the Dogs to win, but I knew it. I freaking knew it, and I am super glad. Tom McCartan and Jordan Dawson were just absolutely fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic performances from both of them. Ooh, get the pens out. Dawson certainly has shown that he wants to stay here. He has been fantastic with the Swans. Just absolutely marvelous. He's been fantastic this season. Got to get the pen and paper out now, Sydney, just to lock him up. Because he loves it here. But yeah. Tom McCartan, he went full Leo Barry. Just a fantastic performance from him. And all the boys did incredibly well. Joel Amartey had that incredible goal. Of course, Buddy still booted one. Just a fantastic game all around from everyone. Once again, much like last round. We kept that energy and it's still going great. But yeah, I'm feeling really confident heading into the next couple rounds. Really, really confident. Hell, I'm going to say this, the Swans might not even lose another game. They might go undefeated the rest of the route from here if they keep up the form, which like I said before, I'm relatively confident in. Just the movement has been smooth as butter. Just everything has been going right, even against the tougher sides, all that goodness. But yeah, nonetheless, we just gotta keep the energy up against weaker opponents, and I think we could definitely go undefeated for the rest of the year. Well, for the rest of the regular season, nonetheless. But yeah. And then next is I tipped Richmond to beat Collingwood, and that didn't happen. The Pies get a shocking win. I believe it's their first win under Robert Harvey, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, the Tigers continuing to play like shit. And basically, they're now 12-men now. But yeah, the Pies, they were really good against the Tigers. The Tigers have been shit as of late. Just horrific. And honestly, at this point, if the Tigers don't get their shit together, I see them missing finals altogether. They have just been horrendous as of late. That I don't even see them making finals. But yeah. And finally, another team that'll probably miss finals if they continue performing like this is obviously the West Coast Eagles. Just, man, what a performance. Just horrific. They got the job done fairly well early on, but then they just fell apart. And honestly, I feel like North, they could definitely finish. Well, I still see them finishing bottom 4, but I got to give credit to North. They had a very, very heartwarming performance. They had a very confident performance all around, and they just kept things together. And honestly, I think they might actually finish maybe 17th. I think they'll probably finish 17th if they keep up at this form, or hell, even 16th. They showed why they're definitely a promising side for the future. But yeah. But nonetheless, what happens from here, like even if they win the wooden spoon, you still got to be proud of this performance from them. You still got to be proud about this performance from them, honestly. Yeah. Heck, they might finish 17th with just how shit the Hawks have been as of late. But yeah. Nonetheless, let's get to the tips. Let's get to the tips for this round. And this is going to be much quicker than my earlier, like the videos I've done the past 2 weeks. So, yeah. So, first game at Optus, it is Frio versus the Geelong Cats. And this is coming after the week of numerous upsets all across the board and all that goodness. And, yeah. So, yeah, the upcoming game. But, yeah, here we go. Let's begin the tips. Frio versus Geelong at Optus Stadium. But, yeah, after the week of upsets, I'm still not convinced I want to tip Frio, honestly. I'm still not convinced. The Cats have been in really good form as of late. They had a very good performance against Carlton, and honestly, I think the Cats could get this job done on Thursday night. Just Frio, they have shown at points that they have been a good team, but they have shown why they're a really good side, and they're currently in the 8. Like, they have shown that they are a really good side at times, but they are a little inconsistent at times, and honestly, I think the Cats could get this job done. I'm just really confident in them getting the job done. I see them winning by, I can see them getting this done by 25 points. I think the Dockers will have an alright performance, but I just think it's not going to be enough for them. I just think the Cats are the better side right now. But who knows? Anything could happen. Then at the MCG on Friday, it is the Richmond Tigers versus the Brisbane Lions. But yeah, the Lions, they have been in red-hot form as of late. Well, excuse me about that, but yeah, the Lions have relatively been in very good form this year, but yeah, they got smothered by St. Kilda this round. They absolutely got smothered. Just a massive 32-point loss to St. Kilda. And the Tigers, they're coming off an even worse loss. They're coming off the loss of the Pies. And honestly, I feel like I'm more confident in the Lions getting this job done. I just feel like they could get the job done here. Just the Tigers have just been in really bad form. Just in really bad form as of late. They have lost 4 straight games, and I don't see things getting better if they just continue to do this crap. But yeah. But nonetheless, I'm going with the Lions to win this game. They're in better form right now. They're obviously they're the better form right now. And yeah. And the next at Mars Stadium in Ballarat, it is the GWS Giants versus the Sydney Swans, the Sydney Derby in Victoria. As of course, if you already don't know, the situation in New South Wales is continuing to get worse. And yeah. But hopefully it does get better, obviously. But yeah, the Giants, they're coming off a shocking 1-point loss to Gold Coast, and the Swans, they're coming off a heroic 19-point win against the top-seeded Western Bulldogs. Just a fantastic win by my Swatties last week. And I feel like I am really super confident heading into this round. Now, I will probably tip this game marginally just to keep it realistic, since I know I did tip us to win against Essendon by like 50 points, and it ended up being a thriller. But yeah, the Swans have had some pretty close matchups with the Giants, but who knows? Last year could happen again. Last year were, of course, But yeah, I mean, look at last year's game. We ended up coming off the bye, and we just destroyed the Giants by 51 points. Like, anything could happen. But yeah, nonetheless, I am really confident, nonetheless, what the margin is, I am really confident in the Swans getting this job done. If we smash the Giants, it will certainly give us a better chance at finishing top 4. Definitely give us a great chance of finishing in the top 4, for certain. And finally, Gold Coast at Metricon on Saturday. The second Saturday matchup. I'm going to tip, it's obvious here, I'm going to tip the Dogs. I feel like they'll rebound from this. The Swans have just been in better form as of late. They have just been on fire ever since the big win against the Eagles. And honestly, I'm really confident about the Swans. I feel like we've shown that we could certainly beat the best teams, and potentially make a run to the grand final, potentially. I mean, there's been 2 teams that have done it since 1994 that finished outside the top 4 and still won the grand final. Those 2 teams being the 98 Crows and the 2016 Dogs. I feel like we could make a run like them. I feel like we could be like them, just with how strong our form has been and how relatively we have a very strong side. Very much depth on our side. We haven't Rowbottom, McDonald, Campbell, Reed, Melican, they haven't been playing these past 2 rounds, and we've still kicked ass. That just gives me so much confidence heading into finals which is set to start in around a month. It just makes me super confident. I feel like we're definitely probably the biggest underdogs right now. And I feel like we could certainly make a finals run. We could make a miracle run. I feel like we could do it. But yeah, nonetheless, Gold Coast, they come off the, but yeah, nonetheless, from my Swans talk, Gold Coast, they're coming off the big win against GWS by 1 point, but even with the good form the Suns have been as of late, I still think the Dogs will get the job done. Even if the Suns play their best footy, I think the Dogs will get the job done nonetheless, but yeah. The next, it is North Melbourne. It's Melbourne versus Hawthorn at the MCG. I'm obviously going to go with the D's to win this. Just the Hawks have been shit as of late. Just absolute shit. Even when they're in Tasmania, they're shit. It's just been a horrific season for the Hawks. Potentially their worst since 2004. But yeah. I sound like I have a stuffy nose or something. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I mean, I did get up pretty early. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the D's to win this game. I think they're the better side. They're the superior side right now against Hawthorn. I feel like this could possibly be the biggest win of this round. I actually think this will be probably the biggest win this round. I feel like the D's could win this game by 50 plus, potentially. But yeah. The next, St. Kilda versus Port at Marvel Stadium. The Saints have been in really good form. And yeah, Port, they're coming off the horrific loss to the D's. I'm actually going to pick this as my upset of the round. I feel like St. Kilda could get the job done here. They've had the capability of doing it. And I feel like they could get this job done. I mean, they're in really good form, and I think they could possibly pull off an upset here. I mean, yeah, Port, they have basically beaten all the sides below them, but nonetheless, I feel like St. Kilda could actually pull off an upset here. I think they could do it. They're in really good form. But yeah. I might actually change my tip here. I might go with Port just for now. But I wouldn't be surprised if St. Kilda made a very tight run. Like, I think this will be a pretty close game with how good a form St. Kilda have been. But yeah. And the next, North Melbourne versus Essendon at Marvel Stadium. The Roos coming off a marvelous win against West Coast. Just an absolutely fantastic win. And Essendon, they're coming off a big win. They're coming off a big win against the Hawks. No, not the Hawks. That was Freo. They're coming off the big win against the Crows. Relatively confident in the Dons getting this one done. They're a really good young side. I think they could definitely make a run for they'll definitely make a good run for finals this year, potentially. Like Nick Cox, he's a pretty good young player. Like overall, the Essendon's a really good young side with some solid leadership. Like Darcy Parish, I think Darcy Parish, I believe, and Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody. They've been fantastic as well. Just they're continuing to play their best all-around footy this year. But yeah, Essendon, definitely a great young side. They could definitely make a good run for finals next year. Like, I think next year they'll definitely make a run. But yeah, I feel like we could see a Swans-Bombers grand final in the coming years. Like, they've been a very close rivalry for years now, and I feel like there definitely could be there could definitely be some fantastic grand final matchups coming in the near future. But yeah. And the next, Collingwood versus Carlton at the MCG on Sunday. The two Sunday matchups. Well, 3 Sunday matchups since there's no matchup on Monday, but yeah. Collingwood, I'm going to pick them to win. Ah, shit, my fan just fell. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Goodness gracious. Alright, sorry about that, guys, but yeah, I'm going to go Collingwood to win this game against Carlton. The Blues coming off a pretty big loss against, they're coming off a 26-point loss against Geelong. But yeah, I just think Collingwood are the better side right now, and I think they'll get the job done. I'm going to pick the Pies to win this game. I mean, the Blues, they have been the better team all around this year, but the Pies are in really good form, so that's why I'm picking Collingwood to win. I mean, it could go either way. I mean, Carlton could definitely sneak a win here, but yeah. And the next, finally, at Adelaide Oval on Sunday, it is the Adelaide Crows versus the West Coast Eagles. Both teams coming off big losses. The Crows coming off their worst performance as a team with their 21-point performance against Essendon. And West Coast, of course, coming off the horrific loss to North Melbourne. Good to say it, nonetheless. I think the Eagles will get the job done here, although I wouldn't be surprised if the Crows won this game. I mean, the Eagles have been really shit on the road, but yeah. So yeah, that will do it for my tips. Just very quicker video than normal, and yeah. And now we're going to go on to the squiggle predictor of what I predict for the scores. Freo Geelong, I think I tipped the game by, 26 points, I think. Yeah, I'm going to tip Geelong. Richmond versus Brisbane. If the Tigers continue to be in sucky form, I think the Lions could win big. Swans versus GWS, I think relatively confident in the Swans here. I feel like they could definitely get the job done. I think it's very possible. Gold Coast versus Western Bulldogs. Gonna go with the Dogs to win this game. I think they should win pretty comfortably. 33 points sounds good enough. D's versus Hawks. I think the Hawks will get a huge win. No, not the Hawks. I think the D's will get a big win. I almost went. It would have been vice versa like 10 years ago, but yeah. St. Kilda versus Port. This will be a really close game. I'll say Port get this done by 5 points. Just a really tight win for them. Then North Melbourne versus Essendon. Think the Dons will win comfortably and sneak their way into finals contention. Collingwood versus Carlton. I'm going to go with the Pies to win this game. I think they should win by 18 points. Just a little bit of a ladder booster for them. Adelaide versus West Coast. I'm going to tip. It could be a close game, but I'm going to tip West Coast. So yeah, that's finals. That's the finals ladder right now. Top 8 currently. D's first, Dogs second, Cats third, Lions fourth. Port 5th, Swans 6th, Eagles 7th, Bombers 8th. Freo 9th, Saints 10th, Giants 11th, Richmond 12th, 12th man is in Rich. Collywobbles 13th, Blues 14th, Suns 15th, Crows 16th, Hawks 17th, and the Roos in 18th. So yeah, those are my tips. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Definitely going to be looking forward to next round. Hoping the Swannies win big. Just gotta hope. I think the Swannies could potentially beat the Giants big. But yeah, nonetheless, I am the AFL Yank, signing out. Guarding the Swannies, and there should be some stuff coming. I will probably do some posts on social media showing some stuff since the Swans jumper from the 2010s is actually set to be coming here today, I believe. But yeah. But nonetheless, stay tuned, guys. And I hope you all have a good night. I might be uploading this pretty late in Australia, but nonetheless, hope you all have a good night. But yeah. Signing out. Car and the Swannies.